Hello, welcome back to Bass Coach Walrus. My name is Sean Walrus. I'm a bass guitar and music coach, and this is my first time reaction of a song by Jinjer. I've heard this recommended many times. You guys have flooded my comments about this one. I Speak Astronomy by Jinjer. So this is the music video. If there are live versions you want me to check out as well, feel free to put them in the comments. Today is a nice semi-rainy Wednesday morning, and always great to start off your morning with some ginger, right? I wish I had some ginger tea right now because I've been recovering from a bit of a flu. Nonetheless, I am pretty excited for this. I mean, the fact that it's requested so heavily, I think it should be good. If you enjoy fun and nerdy music stuff, you're invited to our Bass Coach Walrus community Discord for free when you join as a free member on my Patreon. Link in the description. Once you get in, you'll be sent an email with a link to the Discord chat. If you want exclusive content, early access, voting and requesting eligibility, stuff like that, check out the other tiers as well. As always, I will listen out for the bass lines, rhythms, arrangements, and composition. So let's explore what makes this song musically interesting. Let's go. Alright. Ooh, cool textures. Sounds like ancient, but also futuristic. Oh, cool tapping. The bass parts are tapping. Oh, I think it's slapping actually. Oh, nice riff. Oh, cool time signature. Woo. Alright, oh my gosh. Let's talk about that riff a little bit. Very cool, tricky time signatures. Something like that. Very cool. I thought it was just a straight up 4/4 at first, and then they added a little. It's almost like they added 3 additional quarter notes there. I want to hear that again. That's really cool. Stuff that throws me off is cool. That means it was unpredictable, unexpected, and therefore musically interesting. Let's listen out for that riff again. Where is that? Maybe here. I'm going to try and count it. Is it here? Okay, wow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Wow. They're playing around with the 8th notes, not just quarter notes there. Oh, cool vocal effects there. Woo. Alright, that bit is so good because, okay, we've talked enough about the riff. I don't want to count exactly what the riff is, but I have a feeling it started with a 3/4 and it went to another 3/4. It might have been a 3/4, 3/4, and a 4/4, but I don't think it was that straightforward. It probably was something like a 7/8 towards the end because I think there were an odd number of 8th notes. So that's my gut feel. Let me know if you know the exact time signature in the comments of that riff. Alright, so I wanted to talk about this bit that we just paused at. This is a great way of creating tension. You know, in music, it's all about tension and release, right? How much you build and then the big payoff at the end, or at some point, presumably the chorus or towards the end of the song, a couple of climaxes in the song, right? So here's an example of them building tension and how they're doing it. Firstly, if you listen out, there is a chord being played by the guitars, which is A chord consisting of a note and then another note which is only a half step away from it. So it creates a bit of a dissonance sort of thing. Of course, I can't sing a chord with my mouth. I'm not at that level. But if you listen out for that dissonant half step away notes, that kind of a chromatic idea, that creates a sense of tension because it keeps flitting between those two notes and it makes you or the listener want to resolve. And if it makes you want to resolve, that means there is tension, right? There is something not resolved. There is something not yet fully addressed. And so it makes you want to resolve into something. So what this does is it creates a sense of anticipation for, I don't know what's next, whether they're going back to the verse, going back down or building into a big chorus. But whatever it is, I just wanted to point out how well they composed this bit of tension. The other thing that caused the tension to build is that dynamically they weren't big. Even though the drummer was going on the crash and playing a groove with the crash, the vocals, everything was still in a relatively subdued state. So let's listen out for that again. Just hear how they create tension using these few elements I just talked about. Here. Yeah, you hear the vocals are really subdued, right? Whispery. Oh, back to the intro. Oh, it's different. Oh, back to that kick-ass riff. Woo! Such great melody over that riff. Oh, I love she just sang that once. Back to the verse. Love it. Yeah. 3 4 3 4 7 8. And hear the tension. Oh, that bass slapping is super cool. Tension continues to build with the chops. The toms. Very nice blast beats. Oh, those vocals. I love it. Just a straight section. Okay, tell me in the comments, what do you think? Is this part a tension section or a release section? Do you feel that in this case they are trying to still build tension, or is this already the payoff? Of course, you guys know the song better than I do, but and maybe their intentions too. But I'd like to hear what your interpretations are. I just want to point out how needful a section like this was, because up to this point, how many minutes has it been? 3+ minutes. We've had a lot of syncopations. Syncopations means beats and notes that happen outside of the usual 1, 2, 3, 4. We've had a lot of odd time signatures. We had what I think is a 3 4 3 4 7 8. You know, kick-ass intro riff. We had a and all that, right? So there's been a lot very angular sections. And so when this came in, just a really straight. It's like a straight 4/4 thing, and I think that to me is some level of resolution. So it had a sense of a release, because all this angular syncopated stuff has been building tension in me all this while, and I just needed something where I could sit on the beat and rest into and float along easily without having to use too much effort to invest into trying to concentrate on the song. So a part like this really helps bring balance into the overall composition, and I think that is masterful. So let's hear it. See, very simple, right? Sometimes you need a simple section to balance out all that technicality. Just straight double kicks. Wow, such a beautiful melody, man. Woo. I love that transition, that was smooth. It's a 7/8. They alternate between 7/8 and 4/4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And what a beautiful melody as well. What a nice... Oh, I love that. I love that rhythm, that kick. And you hear that clean guitars in the back as well. Is that the end? No. Whoa. Whoa. Chills. Chills, man. Oh. There you can see goosebumps. Those vocals. How she flips the octave up. See, this is where there is a payoff, right? What I was talking about earlier. Release. What a great payoff it was. Oh my. I love that. I love that. Thank you guys for this recommendation. I'm sorry I got to it so late. There is a pipeline of content, lots of requests, and of course the Patreon members do get priority. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for joining me on my Jinjer journey or my Jin journey. If you got anything out of this video at all, even if it's just enjoyment, please share it on your socials, share it with your friends. Helps the channel, helps me more than you know. Overall, I just enjoy music like this. Unpredictable, experimental, there's lots of things we can talk about. Very musically interesting, right? Odd time signatures, arrangement, great composition. You see how they sequence their sections according to how much tension they feel is necessary before a certain level of resolution or release. And then they build it up further, and then that final large climax at the end, right? And I love that they had that cut for a couple seconds. I had no idea if the song was over, and then they came in with an even bigger, like a level up payoff, right? So just great storytelling overall. I mean, if you think about it, music is storytelling. It doesn't have to have words to tell a story. But when you read a book, there is always tension building and then a certain payoff, and then the tension builds and then payoff, right? It's just to what extent and how long you want to build it, how big the payoff should be. So I think in that analogy of storytelling, I think this was a masterpiece, actually. Is this one of their most popular songs? Let me know. But I can see why. Whether or not it is, I think it ought to be one of their best songs. I've heard maybe handful of Jinjer here, and I think this is probably one of the best. Possibly could even challenge Pisces, but nonetheless, she is such a great writer of melodies, Tatiana, and the rest of the band as well. Masterful. The bass slapping, the textures, clean guitar parts, the riffs, and the blast beats, everything, man. Everything about this song, about this band, I think is masterful. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for geeking out with me today, and I will see you in the next video.